everyone. Today I'm going to do a video on my spending freeze that I did for the month of October. I'm going to give you the highs and the lows and let you know how I did. So let's get started. Okay, I decided 2 days before October 1st to do a spending freeze. And the reason was I just have been feeling in my heart that I am not treating money with the respect that it deserves. I'm really a pretty frugal person, but I still felt like, I've been spending a lot of money, and a lot of it has been on my hair situation and all that, which is fine, but I just felt like I was just buying whatever I wanted, whenever I wanted, and it just wasn't right. It just wasn't right. It's not that I couldn't afford it. It just didn't feel right inside. So I said, I'm going on a spending freeze. Now, before I started, I watched a couple videos on other people that have done spending freezes to see kind of what they did. And I didn't listen to their advice. And their advice was, if it's your first time, don't do a month-long spending freeze. I mean, some people do a year spending freeze. I don't know. Don't do a month-long one. Do it a week and see how you do and get used to it. And then, skip a week and then do another week or whatever you choose to do. No, that's too easy. I'm going to go for the month-long thing. Other than I had a trip in the middle of that month. I was going to Texas. I was staying with some friends and then staying with my parents. I knew I wouldn't spend a lot, but I knew that I would spend money. You just do that when you travel. So my ticket was purchased, but other than that, I just knew I would spend a little bit of money. It's just how it is. In preparation for it, I went through my pantry and my fridge. I figured out the meals that I already had. Food was not a part of it, but I was still going to be aware of how much money I spent on food. The point of a spending freeze is not to spend $400 the day before it starts, because that defeats the whole thing, right? So I wasn't going to do that. So I kind of went through my pantry and my fridge and everything. I told Scott that I was going to be doing this spending freeze, and he was like, I'm not involved. Don't involve me. If I want to go out to eat, we're going. I get that. That's fine. But I thought he would be all excited. But he goes, you don't spend that much money. And I think, well, I don't think you really realize. But anyway, the rules of my spending freeze, the reason I'm wearing my glasses is because I wrote them down before I started. The rules were that I would not buy anything on Amazon, which is a biggie. I unsubscribed to a bunch of store websites that I've slowly become subscribed to again, where you get these ads. I unsubscribed to a bunch of those. I didn't watch any haul videos during October. The things that I were not going to purchase is clothes, shoes, purses, gadgets, makeup, home decor, cleaning supplies, and eating out for me. Not that I eat out by myself very often, but that was kind of something that I wanted to not do. Replacement is okay. That was okay. My makeup situation is I have one mascara. So my rule was, if that mascara runs out, that's a replacement. I can buy that. Okay, but if I have a blush and I just want the newest, greatest blush over there at Sephora, no, I have a blush. I don't need another one. But replacement of anything that was an essential, I needed. My main point of the spending freeze was to stop buying non-essentials and to build awareness of what I was doing. And boy, did it really build awareness. A couple things that came up right away. I was using my Shape Tape concealer about day 3, and I knew it was running out. It's been running out forever, y'all. I've tried to get more and more out of it. And I realized, this is a replacement. I really need another Shape Tape. I use it every day. But then I happened to look down, and the bottom of my little tiny thing my makeup is in was a Maybelline concealer. And I thought, I haven't used that in about 3 months. I'll use that. So I'm still using that. This whole month I've been using that one up before I will allow myself to buy a Shape Tape. I was in Walmart the day before the spending freeze, and I really wanted to buy some pumpkins, some white pumpkins. They had them $5, and I was going to buy 3 of them, and I just thought, you don't need that. But right before I went in Walmart, I went in Bath & Body Works to get my annual, now this is on September 30th, to get my annual Leaves candle that I buy every year, and Scott loves it, I love it, it's our favorite. Well, I had a coupon, but when I got in there, it was still going to be $20 for the one candle. My mind was just made up. No, I'm not doing that. $20 for a candle? No, no. When I was in Walmart, I passed by the candle aisle and I went down it, and they had 3 wick candles in the exact same glass jar, the whole 9 yards. I found one that smelled just like leaves, and it was $4.88. So I bought it for the month of October. Y'all, it smells exactly the same. It burns the same. It's amazing. I cannot believe what I've been spending on candles. Now, I know a lot of the Walmart candles don't work, but I tried that one and it was amazing. And I knew I could return it if I didn't like it. Okay, so let's see what happened. Oh, the first week. This threw a wrench in the whole situation. I needed to get my car fixed. It had a recall. It was a 4-hour fix because I had to do something, I don't know. And they wouldn't bring me home. Scott was working, he couldn't deal with it. They couldn't bring me back home. I lived too far, but they would take me anywhere in the city limits of the town where I had to go get the car fixed. I asked them to they would drop me off at this outdoor mall thing. So I thought, okay, I guess I'll just go to the outdoor mall even though I'm not shopping, but I had no choice other than sit in their waiting room, which I could not do that for 4 to 5 hours. So I had them drop me at the Panera Bread. Now this was at 8 a.m. when they dropped me off because you had to drop your car by 7:30. I couldn't go in any stores. They were all closed. So I did break my spending freeze and I got a coffee and a scone so that I could legally sit in Panera for 2 hours. So that's what I did. And then I went I went browsing. I went over they have a beautiful big Dillard's. It's just got everything. And y'all, I had so much fun going through that Dillard's. I cannot tell you. I looked at every pair of shoes. I looked at the jewelry. I looked at the makeup counters. I looked at all the new fall clothes and the winter coats and just had so much fun. Why? Because I wasn't going to make a single decision. I was just enjoying seeing the beautiful things that they had to offer. And I didn't even feel weird about it. I just loved it. Well, then I turned the corner and I'm about to go into purses, which is a danger area, right? And the purses just go on forever in Dillard's. And I'm looking at the Coach and the Michael Kors and the different brands they carry. Out of the corner of my eye, I see a Dior bag. I thought, Dillard's doesn't carry Dior. I cannot believe that Dillard's has a fake Dior. I was appalled. I couldn't believe it. And the closer I walked down the aisle to the Dior, I knew it was real or a really good fake. Well, when I got there, I realized that a lot of Dillard's now sell pre-loved handbags, high-end handbags. There were tons of Louis Vuittons. I found 2 of my Louis Vuittons there that I bought 8 and 10 years ago with a higher price tag than I paid for them. And I've carried both of these, and it was in not as good a condition as my own. Now, I'm not selling mine, but I was just really kind of proud of myself. Anyway, the lady came over that was kind of running the thing, and I asked her, I said, why is Dillard's in a secondhand situation here, And it's a third party. She explained it to me. We chatted probably 20 minutes. She could tell my love of designer handbags and her mutual love. And then when I was getting ready to go, she said, would you like to give me your name and number? I would like to invite you to a trunk show that we're having in a few months. I'd like you and your husband to come. It's a private event and we're going to have tons of stuff. And I said, yes, put me on the list. So that was really fun. It was just amazing. So I shopped through all these other stores and just looked around and it was just so peaceful. It was a peaceful feeling knowing that I wasn't going to make any decisions or buy anything or try anything on or blah, blah, blah. Well, about 1 o'clock rolled around. My scone has run out. I called the Fiat dealership, and asked them, are you finished with my car? Oh, it's going to be 2 more hours. So then again, I had to buy a little salad in this little Italian lunch place, fast food, but it was really good. So, I found myself in a situation that it was okay to buy food, even though it was kind of something I didn't want to do. I didn't feel too bad about it. So I went on from there and I did really well. And then it was time for my trip. My trip was coming up. And I had bought this crazy super economy fare and I didn't realize it. You had to have a special size bag that goes under your seat, kind of like Spirit, but I was on United. So I went to TJ Maxx and purchased a bag, a little backpack bag that fit the dimensions. And I felt really bad about it, but I did have a gift card for $20. So I only spent $12 on that, but that was a fail. That was a legitimate fail, but I did have to have a bag or I was going to spend $30 each way to check a bag, and that was not going to happen. So I bought that bag, and guess what? It broke in the airport immediately. The snap broke, so I returned it yesterday. So technically, I didn't really buy that because I got my money back. Okay, now I'm going on the trip. What am I going to do? I've allowed myself to know that I'm going to spend a little bit of money on the trip because, of course, I did the spending freeze for a month instead of a week like everyone said to do. Let me tell you what I did buy on the trip. Three things. I was staying with friends. I was staying with my parents. I knew I wasn't going to have to buy food necessarily. But we went to a bookstore. Deanne's good friend was having a book signing. Her book was had come out, and she was having a book signing. It was packed, y'all. It was amazing. I bought the book. I felt like it was important for me to buy the book and be supportive of this new author. It was her lifelong dream to become an author. And so I purchased the book and I had it signed. We all purchased the book and we had them signed, and it was such a special moment. So I spent, I think it was $15 for the book. Then Deanne was taking me to my parents a couple days later and for me to stay with them. And I decided to purchase breakfast for everybody and have a little brunch when we got there, and my brother came. So that was really special. So that was another time I spent money, again with the food, you know. And then one other thing, when I was with Deanne, we went into this really cool gift shop and I purchased a gift for my parents. I just felt like it was something I needed to do. I wanted to do it. It was a beautiful thing. It was so beautiful. And I knew they would enjoy it for years to come. So I purchased that. So my trip did have about $160 of spending. But I didn't buy anything for me. I didn't buy well, the book I guess was for me, but I thought I did pretty good there. All unnecessary. Every one of those things was unnecessary, but that's what I did. So now I'm back from my trip. I haven't bought anything since I got home. I just returned that thing to TJ Maxx. I have 2 more days, but I decided to film this now because I'm not leaving the house tomorrow. It's going to be 35 degrees. So I know I'm going to be in the house. And I'm not going to get anything on Amazon either. So overall, my spending freeze was a success. I haven't bought any makeup, home decor, none of those things, y'all. Nothing. No shoes, no clothes, nothing. And no little cute notebooks, which are my downfall. My biggest downfall are cute notebooks with little pen loops. Love these things. My mom got me this for Christmas last year. Anthropology. I adore it. So that's my story of my spending freeze. I hope you enjoyed it. I encourage you, if you think you should, try it, but do it for a week, maybe 2. Don't do it when you have a trip coming up, and don't do it for a full month your first time. Because I promise you, November 1st is going to roll around and I'm still going to be in that mode to really think about what I'm purchasing and really think whether I need it or not. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Talk to you later. Bye.